Hello my beautiful angels. Today we're going to discuss college life tips that I wish I knew before I went into college. For background, I am currently a sophomore at Florida State University. I am a finance and accounting major and I come from South Florida. My first tip: and you don't need a car and you don't need to be spending exorbitant amount of money. Anything fast food, you really don't need it. And I wish someone told me about that before I spent like so much money on like Uber Eats or DoorDash. Like genuinely, you don't need that. And you know, this is coming from somebody who lives like 2 steps away from Insomnia Cookies. I live 2 steps away from Insomnia Cookies, Taco Bell, Papa John's, McDonald's, 2 Chick-fil-A's, and a 0.1 mile radius. Genuinely, I enjoy cooking much more than I enjoy spending $15 on a half-filled Chipotle bowl that doesn't even fill me up. I remember back in like the old days, like I'd say like 2017 probably, and it was filled to the top. It would be hard to close it. It would last me 3 meals. No, not anymore. But now I can demolish one in one go. It's just not worth your money. So let's talk about college parties. You see them all in movies. Throw that out the window. Throw that out the window, okay? Like just dunk it out the window. Whatever you gotta do, no, just take that out of your head. College apartments are just places where you're drinking warm beer. I've been to my share of college parties, and most of them are either house parties or apartment parties, and majority of the time they don't even have alcohol for you. You have to bring your own. There's not going to be a keg in the middle of someone's living room. I was at a wine night the other day, and guys, I am drinking water at all these functions. I was at a wine night the other day. Tell me why I get there and there is no wine. There is no wine, and I didn't even like question it. I guess college get-togethers, I'd say, are more about like talking with the people. They're not going to be full-on ragers. College house parties, they're going to be outside in backyards or something, and you're just going to have to make sure you have good sneakers you can walk in, sneakers that you don't care about. And that it also goes for clubs, college clubs or college bars. You want to make sure you have a nice pair of beater shoes, okay? And for those of you who don't know what beater shoes are, they're just shoes that you can beat up. Like, you don't care about them. They look nice-ish. You can beat them up because most pictures, they're not going to show your feet. No, they're just going to show your face, your beautiful little face. So you really don't wear your nice shoes. Please, for my sake, for your sake, for your mother's sake, who probably paid for your shoes, do not wear your nice shoes. Do not wear those Jordans to that college party. Nobody's looking at your feet. They're looking at your arms. If you're a girl, they might be looking at your gap. They're not looking at your feet unless they have a foot fetish. In that case, why are you at that party? Let's talk about college roommates. I met my freshman roommate through Instagram, and I guess it was a good time while it lasted. Don't get too close with them. Don't make the same mistake as a lot of people do, where you're looking on Instagram and you're trying to find your best friend. You should room with someone that you could have like a little bit of distance with and not constantly go out and like hang out with, because it is gonna end up bad. You guys are living in the same room. You guys are constantly seeing each other. Genuinely, like, you guys are gonna end up hating each other. And if you guys if someone watching this has a great freshman experience, a great time with their freshman roommate, that's fine. I mean, not everybody's the same, but living in the same room with somebody, you're gonna get to know them on a lot of deeper levels that you really don't want to know them on. If they're your best friend and your roommate and you're sharing the same space together, it's just not gonna end well. You guys are constantly seeing each other, especially if you guys have the same friend group and everything. It's just not. And leading into my next tip, your freshman friend group is not going to be the same as your sophomore friend group whatsoever. And I hear this from
like a lot of people.
Whoever you were friends with freshman year, or even like your first like few weeks of your freshman year, you're probably not going to see those people again. A lot of people end up joining a lot of clubs, going to classes, and meeting people there. A lot of the times, those first few weeks, usually they're not going to end up being like your best friends. Like, they're not going to be very close to everything. That's usually not how it works. So don't find offense to that if you end up like going through your first few weeks of freshman year, you think you found your whole like life, you think you found your whole friend group. Most of the time you don't really find your friend group until like midway through freshman year or even sophomore year of college. So really, a lot of people find people at their own pace. It's really normal to not be friends with your first friend group. And leading into that, finding friends in college doesn't really have to be all that hard. There are people around you all the time. It's just about finding somebody who kind of wants to talk to you as well. That's usually the problem with a lot of people. It's like, people really don't like talking nowadays, or they just want to be on their phones. You, as an individual, you watching this, since you're watching this, you're gonna get my life tip. Get off your phone. Off your phone, off Reels, off TikTok, off Instagram, off everything. And talk to that person that's sitting next to you. I met my ex-best friend of freshman year through my macroeconomics class. So
take it from me,
you can find friends through your classes. I do have a couple acquaintances in classes too. I see them like at gathering, but I did find a best friend in a class. So, and it was the first day of freshman year. You can also go to academic clubs and find people in the same major as you. The key tip to that is to go to weekly meetings. Go to those weekly meetings. Make sure your face is known. Make sure you're talking to people. Make sure you're getting there early. Make sure you're not leaving immediately after the meeting. A lot of people leave right after the meeting. Don't be that person. Stay a little bit after and mingle with people. Try and include yourself in a bunch of different activities. Feel yourself out freshman year. Join a lot of clubs the first semester of freshman year. Feel everything out. Narrow down on the clubs and activities that they really want to do. Whatever's meant to be will happen. As long as you're not holding yourself up in your dorm and constantly finding things to do, you're not gonna have an issue with finding people to talk to or be friends with. Leading into my next thing, don't hold yourself up in your dorm. If you're a freshman, there are genuinely so many activities, especially for freshmen. It really is just about a matter of how much are you putting yourself out there. And I know if you're watching this as a freshman, you are really worried about not having friends in college. It's really simple. You just have to talk to people. Put that phone down, talk to people. If that's the one thing you take from this video, so be it.